Hi, I'm Dominik Krupinski, one of the writers here at TechLife magazine, and this is my 2009 vintage MacBook Pro. In this video, I'll be following on from Darren Yates' guide to upgrading your Windows notebook to SSD storage by doing the same thing to this machine. One of the nicer things about older Macs like this one is that unlike newer models like the Retina Pro, they're largely user upgradable. And even after a few years, they're still nice machines. I've used this as my writing and travel notebook for 3 years now, and I still think it holds up pretty well. Even Apple's non-Retina screens look quite good compared to other vendors in terms of colour and contrast, and I'd like to keep using this notebook to process photos on the go for a few years to come. So today I'm going to upgrade this Mac storage drive with this, a 512GB solid state drive from OCZ. It should substantially speed up seek times in my Lightroom library, and together with a recent RAM upgrade, help keep this MacBook trucking that little bit longer. I've already cloned the contents of my platter drive to the SSD, so let's get started on the hardware side. This is a dead simple upgrade, so SSD aside, all I need is this. A small interchangeable head screwdriver with Phillips and Torx heads that I bought for about $10 in Chinatown. The first step is to remove the notebook's rear panel. This is much the same process across all of the unibody Macs. Simply use a Phillips head screwdriver to undo all of the screws along the bottom of the notebook, just making sure to note which hole corresponds to which screw because there's a couple of different types. Once you've got the screws out, the back simply pops off and you can easily see the hard drive in the lower left corner here. Now it's just a case of unscrewing the drive retention bracket with the same Phillips head screwdriver and you're all set to remove the drive. To do that, you simply need to wedge the installed drive out and undo its solder connector. You'll notice that the drive has these two Torx screws along both long edges to help hold it in place. This is where you'll need to use a different screwdriver or attachment to transfer these to your SSD. Here I've used a Torx head on the screwdriver to remove the holding screws from my outgoing drive and install them in the corresponding holes in my new SSD. From there, it's simply a case of reversing the removal process. So simply hook the solder connector up to your new SSD, put the drive in place, replace the retention bracket, screw it in, pop the lid back onto your MacBook, replace the screws, and you're all done.